gonna tell you a story, true story, of why your words are very powerful. And I think through my stories that happen in real life, in my life, those are my experiences. I think they will help you more understand than what I can explain it or tell you, because I can sit here and explain to you how powerful your words are, but if I tell you a story, you're like, oh, so let me tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you two, actually, because they're about the same. So when I was about 19 years old, I was dating someone, and I became really upset because this boyfriend of mine was going out. He was going out with his cousin somewhere, to be host. And I was really upset. We had a huge argument because I didn't want my boyfriend leaving with his cousin, right? I was 19 or around that time. And I was so angry that when he left, right? Like, I was outside arguing with him. I remember it was like summertime. This happened in New York. And I told him, I hope you crash. I told him, I hope you crash. And it was like an instant thing that happened. About 5 minutes went by. I guess as soon as he got into the highway, he got into a huge accident with his cousin. They both ended up in the hospital. So as I said, I hope you crash. I guess 5 minutes later, because he left when I told him that. And then, to get into the highway from where I told him that, just to give you an example, where I told him that, it was, I forgot the name of the park. But you guys won't know it anyways. But it was like 5 minutes later. And, he had an accident and he was at the hospital. And after that day, I just held my mouth. And I was just like, how can I wish something on someone so angrily like that, and 5 minutes later it happens? So after that, I was like 19, right? After that, I was very careful with the things I said with my mouth, because I knew that somehow my words were... Now, maybe, oh, that's a coincidence. It just happened one time, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to find out. I didn't want to be responsible for nobody dying. I can't say I had, because I still have like a really bad temper. But, when someone does something to me, but I guess at my age now, I'm old, I can control, that temper, that whatever. So, I didn't do that. But let me tell you, about maybe 5 years ago, no, 4, I don't know, but it was very recent, I did something similar. So I was dating this person, right? And I'm going to tell you all the stories about my exes. Oh, you're going to love them. I had a feeling that my current boyfriend at the time was cheating. And I was so angry because, I was dreaming stuff and all this stuff. And he said, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't listening to my intuition, right? And I remember that one night, it was the night before Father's Day. The night before Father's Day, I was arguing with him on the phone, and I told him, because he was like, no, you're crazy, I'm not cheating, blah, 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 right? Okay. So I was like, if you had a bitch in your car, I hope you crash. That was the night before Father's Day. The next day, well, he didn't crash in the car. But his car was parked. And bright early in the morning, someone who was drugged or intoxicated hit his car so bad that it was like almost totaled. And this man, my ex, spent a year without a car. A year. Well, it was a confirmation for me that he had bitches in his car. But you shouldn't do that. That was, I'm laughing because, it was a confirmation. I guess Spirit was like, bet, oh, you want that type of confirmation? Let's fuck up his car. He had his car parked, and someone crashed into it. It was really bad, and he stood a whole year without a car after I said those words. And both of my exes are living proof of a lot. So all of my exes have been living proof of a lot of things, I'm sure. Those things were, things that I said, but I'm pretty sure a lot of things have happened to them that they haven't told me that spooked them out, But if you know anyone of my ex, go ahead and ask them, what happened when you were dating this interesting woman? Anyway, so moral of the story is your words are very powerful. Some people, I guess, have a little more magic than others in their words. I did that 2 times in my life. And to this day, I always ask God, why will you give someone so much power in their words? Because having this type of power in your mouth, being in the wrong mouth, like a person who doesn't have good intentions, I could imagine the damage that some people who have noticed how powerful the words are have been using their mouth to curse and do horrible things to people. And I asked God, and I'm like, why would you give a human so much power like that? Because you could be conscious like me and not use your words for harm. You can do it to bless people, to help people. But I'm sure there's someone out there who's using that magic in their mouth to do a lot of harm. So this is my story, and I hope it helps you. Your words have power, so be careful with the things you say. I hope this helps.